Hi, my name is Mark Vishnudatt, and today we're going to be going over measures of central tendency. So the topics we're discussing today is the introduction to measures of central tendency, why this topic is needed, useful, and how to use it, and different formulas and symbols, and some examples as well. So in statistics, measures of central tendency are numbers used to summarize all values of a data set. There are three main measures including mean, the average of the dataset; median, the middle number when the dataset is in order; and mode, the number or numbers that appear most frequently. I recommend that you note these down just for the examples further. Why this topic is needed, useful, and how to use it. Measures of central tendency, like the mean, median, and mode, are important concepts that can be helpful in many real-world scenarios. The measures make it easier and more efficient to evaluate information by allowing us to condense large data sets into a single value that represents the overall trend. Fields like business or education can utilize these measures to make informed decisions. For example, schools or teachers can take the average for different assignments to evaluate their student. And there is a picture here on the right to show an example of how to use it. So different formulas and symbols we would need would include for the mean, the sum of all values over the number of values, which is given here. X bar, which is a sample mean, which is going to be the symbol we're mostly going to be using for examples. And population mean, which is mu. To find the median with an even number dataset, you would take the sum of the two middle values over 2. This would make more sense as we get into examples as well. Now let's take a look at some examples. Stacy records the weight in pounds of the number of fish she catches in a week. The given data is here. Find the mean, median, and the mode for it. So first, we will start off with x bar, since this is a sample, equals to the sum of x over n, since this is the sum of all values over the number of values, which equals to 15 plus 13 plus 10 plus 15 plus 18 plus 20 plus 12 over 7, which is the number of values for a week. And this would equal out to around 14.714 pounds. For the median, first we would arrange the data set to be 10, 12, 13, 15, 15 again, 18, and 20. So how I like to do this to find the median is cross out the end parts until we get to the middle, which in this case would be 15. So 15 pounds would be our median. Now for the mode or modes, it would be 10. For the mode or modes, I would like to take the range values and place them down as well, since it's easier to find the most frequent value. So as we can see here, 15 is going to be our most frequent value since it appears twice while everything else appears once. So 15 pounds would also be our mode. Now let's check if our equations are correct. As we can see here, 14.714 pounds is the mean, and 15 pounds is both the median and mode. For example 2, Casey tracks the number of minutes she jogs for 9 days. Her results are given here. Find the mean, median, and mode for the given data. So for the mean, as we did before, x bar, or this sample, would be equal to x over n, which is 45 plus 35 plus 33 plus 35 plus 50 plus 35 plus 40 plus 60 plus 50. Again, sorry for my handwriting. Over the number of values, which is going to be in this case 9. Now after some calculation, this would equal out to 42.556 minutes. Now for the median, we would first arrange the data values, which would be 33 least, 35, 35 again, 35 again, 40, 45, 50, 50, and 60. Now, as we did before, we can cross off the ends, or however you like to find it. And as we can see here, 40 is remaining. So 40 minutes would be our median. Now, for the modes, or mode, we would take the arranged values as before. So 33, 35, 35, 35 again, 40, 45, 50, 50, and 60. Now, as we see here, 35 appears 3 times, which is our most frequent value. So 35 minutes would be our mode. Now let's check if we're correct. As we can see here, our mean is 42.556 minutes. Our median is 40 minutes, and our mode is 35 minutes. So we are correct. Now for a last example, a teacher records a test grade for his class of 10 students. The grades are given here. Find the mean, median, and mode. For the mean, as we did before, sample data, so x bar equals to sum of x over n, the number of values, which is 90 plus 85 plus 80 plus 90 plus 75 plus 95 plus 100 plus 90 plus 85 plus 85 again. There we go. Over 10, which is what they gave us for the number of students. And after some calculations, this would equal to 88.3 is the average or mean. For the median, as we did before, we arranged the values. First would be 75 as the least, 85, 85 again, 85 again, 88, 90, 90 again, 90 again, 95, and 100. Now we can cross out the ends. Now as we see here, 88 and 90 are the two middle values. So in this case, as we said before, we would take the two middle values and divide them by 2. So let's get started. 88 plus 90 over 2, and this would equal out to 89, which is going to be our median. Now for the mode, as we did before, write out data values, 85, 85, 85, 8, 90, 90, 90, 95, and 100. Now, as we can see here, 85 is appears 3 times, and 90 also appears 3 times, while the rest appear once. So both 85 and 90 are going to be our modes. Now let's check if we're correct. As we can see here, our mean is 88.3, our median is 89, and our modes are 85 and 90. As you can see, we're correct. Now to recap everything, measures of central tendency help to evaluate data sets, as we've shown in our examples. The mean or average would be this equation here, which is the sum of all the values over the number of values. The median represents the middle number, and the mode is the most frequent number or numbers. Thank you for watching.